Hello friends, I am Nisha Sharma, Associate Professor, Government College, Khetri. The topic that we are going to discuss today is sonnet, the poetic form. The sonnet is an important form belonging to personal or subjective poetry. It is a rhymed poem limited to 14 lines. So the chief feature, we can say the chief feature of a sonnet is that it is a poem of 14 lines. Each line is of 5 iambic feet. In other words, the verse of a sonnet is pentameter. In Hindi, we can translate it as Gatha, Geet, Chaturdashpadi. Just as the name of the sonnet Chaturdashpadi indicates, it means it is a poem consisting of 14 lines. Its synonyms in English are song, lyrics, ballad, etc. Now we come to the origin of the sonnet. Origin means the birthplace of the sonnet. Where did it originate? The English word sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto, which means sound. It is connected also with the early Italian word sonare, which means to play upon an instrument. Thus, sonnet is a brief poetic form of 14 rhymed verses designed to embody and express a single wave of emotion or single unit of thoughts. Just as we have seen that the synonym of it is a lyric. Lyric is a song which is meant to be sung, and just as a rule the song we sung are not very lengthy, so lyric is a short poem. And since sonnet is a synonym of lyric, it is also a short poem. And here it is clearly defined that it is a poem of 14 lines. Now we come to the historical background of sonnet. The sonnet is of Italian origin. Petrarch is the first great Italian sonneteer. Sonnet was introduced into England a little before the reign of Queen Elizabeth. In her reign, there was a great activity in sonnet writing, and some of the best sonnets of the English language are from pen of William Shakespeare. Milton also wrote very inspiring and perfectly modeled sonnets. In the Restoration age, sonnet was not at all developed. It was again revived during the Romantic era, and William Wordsworth and John Keats were the two leading sonnet writers. During the Victorian age, Matthew Arnold wrote several memorable sonnets, and in our own century, Robert Bridges wrote many good sonnets. The sonnet did not find much favor with modern poets. Now we know what is a sonnet, but now we'll discuss the types of sonnets. Broadly speaking, sonnet is divided into two types. The first part is the classical, the Italian or the Petrarchan sonnet, and the second is the English or Shakespearean sonnet. Now we'll discuss the first one, the classical, Italian or Petrarchan sonnet. The sonnet originated in Italy in the 13th century. Dante gets the credit of having fathered it. It was brought to perfection by the Italian poet Petrarch, who established both its form and its spirit. Because of the great contribution made by Petrarch to its history, the Italian sonnet is also known as the Petrarchan sonnet. Since this model was later on followed by other sonnet writers, it served as a model. It is also known as the classical sonnet. Now, the question that arises in our mind is, what are the chief characteristics of an Italian or Petrarchan sonnet? Or how can we differentiate between Petrarchan sonnet or a Shakespearean sonnet? The main difference that we find is in its structure. In the Italian or Petrarchan sonnet, The 14 lines are divided into two parts of 8 lines and 6 lines. The part that consists of 8 lines is called an octave because octave is a stanza of 8 lines. The rhyme scheme in the octave is A B B A A B B A. Petrarch introduced, or we can say in Italian sonnet, there were two rhymes. Two rhymes were introduced in the octave part. The first line rhyming with the fourth, fifth and the eighth, and the second line rhyming with the third, sixth and seventh. Now the second part, which consists of 6 lines, or we can say a 6-line stanza, is called a sestet. In the Italian language, there are more rhyming words than in English. So, in pure Petrarchan form, the rhyme scheme in the sestet is CD, CD, CD. Milton, who followed Petrarchan form or Petrarchan variety, faced a problem in finding rhyming words. So he introduced the Miltonic variant CDE, CDE, or some other variant like CDC, DCD. Normally, the poet presents a problem or a particular sentiment in the octave part, and it finds its expression and or its solution in the sestet part. This indicates towards the change in the mood of the poet. This change is reflected by a pause between the octave and sestet through some punctuation marks. Milton's On His Blindness is one of the best examples of a Petrarchan sonnet. In the octave, the poet deals with the fact of his loss of eyesight and therefore his non-achievement as a poet. The solution is given in the sestet when his own patience here has been personified, when his patience consoles him. The Petrarchan pattern was also followed by Wordsworth, Keats and Tennyson. And now we come to the next type of sonnet, that is the English or the Shakespearean sonnet. This type of sonnet was introduced into England by Sir Thomas Watt and Earl of Surrey in the early 16th century. But the 16th century sonneteers could not follow strictly the Petrarchan model owing to the difficulty of rhyming. They modified the rhyme arrangement of the Italian sonnet with the result that altogether a new type of sonnet came into existence. Shakespeare played the decisive role in the evolution of this typically English type of sonnet. He wrote 154 sonnets. He was a great innovator and he did not follow the Petrarchan model. He divided his 14 lines into 3 stanzas of 4 lines each and a concluding couplet. Thus, there were 3 quatrains. Quatrain is a stanza of 4 lines and a couplet. Couplet is a stanza of 2 lines. So, we find that there were 3 quatrains and a concluding couplet in a Shakespearean sonnet. Each stanza has 2 alternate rhymes, A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, but there is only one rhyme in the couplet, G, G. Thus, from the point of view of rhyme scheme, each stanza is independent. There are no octave or sestet in a Shakespearean sonnet, but the unity of thought is maintained in the same way as in the Italian sonnet. The poet presents a problem or sentiment in the first quatrain. It gets developed in the second and third quatrain and is concluded in the couplet. Now there is a third variety of sonnet also known, that is the Spenserian variety. The Spenserian sonnet is a sonnet form which is named after the poet Edmund Spenser. A Spenserian sonnet comprises 3 interlocked quatrains and a final couplet with the rhyme scheme A, B, A, B, BC, CD, EE. The second rhyme of first stanza is the first rhyme of second stanza, and the second rhyme of second stanza is the first rhyme of third stanza. The couplet, however, has an independent rhyme scheme as in a Shakespearean sonnet. Now there is a term sonnet sequence. What is that? Following Petrarch's early example, a number of Elizabethan poets wrote a sonnet sequence in which a series of sonnets were linked together by exploring various aspects of a relationship between lovers or by indicating a development in that relationship which constitutes a kind of implicit plot. Shakespeare, Sidney, Spenser, Dylan Thomas, Meredith, these are the poets who wrote in a sequence form. Now, the question arises, what are the topics or the subjects or themes which are suitable for sonnet writing? The Petrarchan sonnet is most well known for its subject matter of ideal love. Petrarch popularized the form through 366 sonnets that he wrote about his love for a woman named Laura, who never returned his love. Thus, the theme of sonnet was unrequited love. Since 17th century, sonnets have been written about a wide variety of subjects. A note of sorrow and pathos runs through all the sonnets by Shakespeare. One recurring idea is the temporary, short-lived nature of the manifested universe. Nothing here is permanent and everything falls before the ever-moving wheels of time. There is a sense of helplessness, but there is a fond hope also that these sonnets, expressing the poet's love and admiration for his beloved, will live forever. However, John Milton took the sonnet out of the category of love poems and brought it into the world of politics, autobiographical notes, and social issues. Wordsworth in its sonnets took the subject matter from nature. Till now we have discussed in general about sonnet writing, and in your course, I mean BA Part 1, first paper Poetry and Drama, there are many sonnets prescribed. 3 sonnets of Shakespeare and John Milton sonnets, they are prescribed in your course. The other poems that are prescribed in your syllabus are, some are lyrics, a few are odes. So in our next lecture, we'll discuss the term lyric. Bye till then. Thank you.